Hello and welcome to this playthrough of Factorio, where I am building a megabase on Earth. I am using a mod, Cities of Earth, focusing on the Old World Hemisphere. My goal is to reach 10,000 science per minute with a rail-based design. The resources are set to maximum size and density, and biters and pollution are turned off. The mod list is shown in the description, as well as a link to my Twitch channel, High Speed. Please come visit me there. Questions and comments are welcome. Thank you for watching. Move this tag. Probably West Dude. It is West Dude. Hello, West Dude. Oh, I had the wrong armor on. Well, I don't need this space, so I'm not going to be blowing up these chests. That sucked. I can do this. Maybe. Look at me picking stuff up by hand, even though I've got bots. Because even with 4 fusion reactors, it's not enough to feed 2 bot Mark II. The relics of old builds moved. Why are you empty? I downsized from a 6-box loader to a 6-chest loader to a 4-chest loader for more consistent throughput. And I left the old ones in here rather than, blow up the chests and waste all the materials. But that leaves these relics. And just like that, there's already a fuel train or two trying to get in here. Animaholic, thank you for the follow. For following, you get your name on a wagon. You are on a copper train. Believe it or not, it's a copper train that Smokin' does not have his name on. So, you're feeding red and green signs. Hold up a second here. Alrighty then. What do we got? 2521863. There you go, Smoking. One more down. Have somewhere else. And various and sundry other things that you should have but do not. Well, you emptied out pretty quick. This seems to be working. There should be 2 of you. Summer Showers, thanks for the follow. Master Moonlight, thank you for the raid. That's very cool of you. Let me give you a shout out. What were you playing? Summer Showers, for the follow, you get your name on a cargo wagon. You're on a copper train as well. And of course, it's being piloted by Smokin'. This one is in Africa. Hopefully you like bugs. Hi, Occidental. Well, Nostro, what were you doing? Basic Factorio? Heavily modded? Rail World? Death World? No idea? Ah. Bob's is a bit crazy. Good stuff. I am playing on Earth. I've chosen this part of the Earth, if not the whole Earth this time. So it's I started in Europe, over here in Spain. Built this little tiny factory here. And then built something that would get me bots. I'm using Spain and Portugal for nuclear power. They happen to have nuclear spicy green rocks, so, you know. And then I had to build some more in Italy because I needed water. And then Turkey volunteered because guess what? It's got a lot of water too. So I'm up to 90 gigawatts maximum. And right now the factory's mostly shut down. I'm figuring out rail issues, trying to get the 10K science per minute. And the rockets are launching beautifully. Like here's up in... I have 3 of these rocket silo complexes that each have 4 rockets. And this is a self-contained build, in that it has everything it needs to launch those rockets, one every minute and 10 seconds or something, whatever the minimum cycle is. So the trains, 383 trains, bring stuff around. And dealing with some performance issues around research. Yeah, yeah. That's what I think about it too. So right now what I'm trying to do is to prevent traffic jams of my rails. And to do that, I'm moving things around and shuffling them and whatnot. And unfortunately, I have to just sit around sometimes and watch things happen. Now, why some of these filled up quicker than others, I don't know. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, ideas, suggestions. I miss things quite often. So this plastic is supposed to come only here. That should take care of plastic. So the problem here that I've run into in the past is that I can't tell at a click everything that's going on. I now have 3 coal supplies, and I can't just simply click on a coal and go, okay, I have 6 coal trains, and they just go where they need to go. I have a coal supplier for grenades. I have a coal supplier for low-density structures, and I have a coal supplier for plastic down here. And this, you know what, I'm going to rename these because it's not for plastic, it's for red circuits, is ultimately what it's for. That's grenades. I'm struggling with naming conventions a little bit. Because it's coal for plastic, but it's for yellow science. So I'm not putting that it's for low-density structures. I'm leaving that piece out. And I'm fine with that. So just in general, it's for red circuits. Even though red circuits don't need coal, they need it for plastic. Creates a bit of a disconnect for the trains. And that's confusing to me. Am I going to look at this and be confused and go, oh, wait, what am I doing here? I'm not sending coal to red circuits. So I don't like that I'm doing this. So I don't think I'm going to use that name. I'll just have to add the extra bit in there. And then, does it have a matching name? Because you're ultimately for red circuits. That's probably accurate enough. Although I'm being inconsistent here, but it's a shared thing. It's being used for 2 or 3 different technologies. I don't know that I need to call you out because nobody else is using blue. And the reason I'm doing all this, by the way, is because I need to get trains to stop going everywhere. I had massive traffic jams last time I started this up because all these trains just started going everywhere. So let's focus on these modules. They need 14 for red circuits. This is producing not quite enough red circuits, but I could probably get by. So I would be short half our machine of red circuits. Now, the purpose is to feed this yellow science. Is it? No, it's to feed this blue science. Purple, sorry. Feed this purple science. Now, if I take both of these purple sciences and I add them to that calculation, I'm still short red circuits, but I'm way over on prod mod productivity. So if I fall short on red circuit production by half a machine, and I only produce 14,300, I'm still going to be oversupplying prod mods. Right? So I'm not worried about this deficit because it's not going to be noticeable at the consumption level. Because even if all of these prod mods are not produced at the speed that they need to be produced, it's going to result in me having a little bit of shortage of prod mods. But that little bit of shortage of prod mods isn't going to be affecting the production of production science, which is the end element here. I don't need to optimize red circuits here because I'm oversupplying prod mods to purple science, production science. So I'm okay with that. Now, what that means to me is that I can dedicate this red circuit output to this prod mod input. And there's a save. I nicknamed my autosave Faceless because, well, he's a friend of mine. And I tease him. I'm going to go back to this name. I kind of liked it. Because it tells me that this is the only thing these are used for. And along the same lines, this is purple. And I had this wrong here. I marked this as yellow science. This is actually purple science that needs this. Why would you go to no? Oh, because there's another one. Because there's 2 purple science unloaders for that. Good. And it consumes them so slowly, I shouldn't need a second train to deliver that stuff. But in all honesty, I'd rather have a second train, especially given the distance involved. So I'm going to put down a second train for that. I doubt that I have a train dedicated to that yet. It doesn't look like I do. So I'm going to take my generic train, put it down here. This is generic 383 train. I'll slap it down. I will build myself cargo wagon. I will set this to be prod mods. I will complain bitterly about what's going on here with this, and then I will eventually turn this sideways so it stops doing that. You little twit. Haha, screw you, Thragtusk. Copy that train's filter sets, put them here. Dragontour! Dragontar? It's like a Minotaur that's a dragon? Is that what we got going on here? Dragontar. Welcome. Thank you for being here. We're going to give you all of these colors. Colors. We're going to go to our trains. We're going to copy this plastic train model. We're going to put it right here, and we're going to edit this to say 240129. I'm going to change this from a plastic to a prod mod. And we're going to change this from a plastic to a prod mod. And we're going to select new contents, and we're going to grab this. I'm going to tell it only the trains. And we're going to tell you to go. I don't want to be here anymore. Where's my portable train? I'm not working here. I don't want to be here. I think I left this guy over here somewhere, didn't I? Nope. Oh, I left you up there. Okay, that's fine. That's not really where I want you, though. I fixed that. I'm going to send you up here just so I have a spider up there in case I need him. Yeah, that's probably fine. I'm going to go over here where I'm currently working. As I mentioned, yeah, this is the mod Cities of Earth that I wrote. Okay, so this should be all set. We've got 2 of these. I'm going to be streaming for probably another 5 hours. I enjoy it quite a bit. Tomorrow's my day off. Wednesday I have commitments. Thursday I'll be back. But it's not like I'm getting out of here right now. I'm just letting you know my schedule. So I want to dedicate this to this as well. Do I want to go this? Well, does purple need red circuits for anything else? Red circuits are needed by blue and by furnaces and blue chips and modules. So 100% yes, that needs to be there. because we need to restrict you to that. You are only going to go here to here. Full cargo, empty cargo, time passed, 60 seconds. Good. So that's going to localize that. And I can assure you, I so do not want to have to do this. But I don't have a choice. I really don't. All right. So that's going to be dedicated to that. Now, if that's dedicated to that, how much plastic do I need to have dedicated, or green circuits? I've already got a plastic dedicated to it, right? With just a little bit extra, and that's fine. But what about the green circuits? If I dedicate this entire thing to green circuits, to this, it's just going to go boop, 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 and that's going to be fine. So you are going to be this. And then you are going to do the same thing. And then I need to put a train on there doing that. So we're going to send you here to here. Full cargo, empty cargo, time passed. And to be honest, the more I watch those FFFs, the more I run into this problem. I am pretty certain that the new changes of saying any train can go anywhere based on interrupts is not going to work for MegaBases because the trains will get in each other's way. Get rid of these old extra chests. Now I think I can do that sort of thing with, wow, how are you? I think it's because of the fact that they're at the end there. Give me one of them back. So I think I can do this dedicated to these two as well. So before I leave there, am I satisfied that this is going to be getting everything it needs, or do I need to make another adjustment? So you're getting this, you're getting that, you're getting that. So you're all going to be satisfied. This satisfies the red, but I'm still short a green. Now, if I give you all that green, I'm going to be over by 6, which is not that much. So I think that this green is going to be dedicated to this. Well, now that's interesting because I've named these two the same. I don't think that's a problem. I think I'm okay with that. It's going to need, it really should have only one train, but I'm going to give it 2. And I'll keep an eye on that, but essentially I'm saying all of this is for that. I'm okay with that because that train will satisfy either one of those two. Those trains will satisfy either one of those two. Now, how far down in this rabbit hole do I want to go? Right, because I've already got a dedicated coal. Right. I'm not doing dedicated fuel, but I've got this copper and iron right here. If I were to dedicate this station, I'd be short quite a few. If I were to dedicate this station as well, I'd be over by not enough. I'd still not have enough copper. Because you need copper, and copper. So what I could do, I've got a lot of copper. Okay, so what I could do with copper is I could say this one and this one. I could dedicate these two and give them those two. And then I'm guaranteed that these two are going to be satisfied by these 2 trains, and that I don't have a train coming here to take copper up there, creating a sort of a neighborhood. Iron, if I give it 1, I'm short. If I give it 2, I've got a lot. Now, as I recall, one of you needs iron. It's you. And I'd still have a lot of extra iron. Is there any reason, though? Because if I capture those 2 iron trains, I'm not wasting a ton of iron. That's 31 out of 288 or 144 total. I think I'm going to do that. I got to come up with a name that satisfies this, but okay, so we're going to take half of these iron unloaders and convert them. We're going to take copper. We're definitely going to take these coppers and convert them, because that's what you're going to be. And then half of these are going to get that designation. So they'll get the majority of what they need from there. Now I need to assign a train to it. So you are going to be here to here. Full cargo, empty cargo, time passed 60. And then these two do that. Then this one is stuck. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to evict this one to somewhere else. We'll put you back on the chain gang or something. Wanted to get rid of that. By the way, who's sitting here? Oh, fuel. And then I'll take this and I'll assign it to that. Oh, I forgot I wanted to do that too. Okay. I needed to clean this up. I seem to have screwed something up on this one. It's stuck. There it was. I was watching Rocker. I'm hoping he comes to visit because I have some advice for you. I'll prepare the shout out. Rocker, before you take off, I have some advice for you. First of all, I'll wait for the raid. That looks like a Terraria screen. Why are you doing this? Woohoo! Hey, Rocker, before you take off, one quick note. Boilers, coal-fed boilers, right? I noticed you were working on your boilers for your coal, all right? Yellow belt, everybody says, hey, look, a pump can handle 20 of these boilers, right? So they always build 20 of them. The thing is that a single belt of yellow can only feed 16 boilers. So don't look at only how many this can feed. If you're on coal, and you should move to solid fuel as soon as you can, but if you're still on coal, only go to 16 boilers because you're not going to be able to feed it. So there you go. Litchfear, welcome. Airbus. Where'd you start, Airbus? Phoenix, do you have biters turned on? Rocker, if you go up to red belt, you can get past 20. As a matter of fact, Rocker, if you go up to, here's a fun one. If you go up to solid fuel, you can feed 100 boilers on red belt. Can't feed that many off of a pump, but that's why you see here, I've got my red belt can split and split and split again because I can feed a lot. Now I'm not using that anymore. Go to sleep. Don't do it now. Go to sleep so that you can have a good day tomorrow. Because I heard you say you'd be online tomorrow. Yes, cook some food. Well, as you can tell, I am on Earth. I started in Europe. I'm doing a MegaBase trying to get to 10,000 science per minute. Pal Ride? Hello? Welcome. I'm happy for the raid. I appreciate you coming by. So I have this design where I built these little... Thanks, Rocker. I appreciate you coming by. Where I have 4 rocket silos, and this is self-contained. I have 3 of these throughout the world here, and that gets me... Well, thanks, Airbus. We're working on a subscriber icon based off of that. A little bit. It inspired Aiden. He's working on something. So these rocket silo complexes are completely self-contained. They even make their own satellites. They generate plenty of science for my science build, which I have 2 of them. I could do 20,000 science a minute consumption, which is more than I should have. I should only have half of this, but whatever, you know. The real challenge has been science production. Launching the rockets has been relatively easy. Getting science to work reliably is really hard. Trains are a real challenge. The resources for trains is really hard. Purple science is a monster. Purple science needs 7 of these, 7 or more of these iron things. Airbus, are you looking to get a timeout? Is that because you do know, Airbus, I could interact with your house, or I could make it so that your summer house has some tea, you know, because it's all the way up here in Russia, and you know what kind of tea Russia makes for people that are misbehaving. Some plutonium tea, perhaps, Airbus? Is that what you'd like? All right. So what I'm doing now is trying to alleviate traffic jams by using dedicated trains. I don't like it. I don't want to do it. But I don't really have a choice. And I was noticing something that's going on here with this train is why isn't it full inventory? Some of these sometimes have gotten a weird behavior where they don't fill all the way up. And I don't understand. Why is this thing telling me waiting for full cargo inventory? And yet all of them have... Oh, this one does not. So what's probably going on here is that this thing has an invalid filter set. There we go. Now it'll fill up the rest of the way. I'll have to be on the lookout for that in the future. Good. That one's full. It's got the 32,000. What are you talking about? Factorio loves this kind of insanity. It's designed to handle it, so it's capable of handling it, so therefore it must have been designed to handle it. Okay, so Falsa. You can set insert a stack size, yeah. In my case, and there are places where I do filter stack size. Insert a stack sizes. I think it's red circuits. Yeah, red circuits, I changed these things stack sizes so that because when I'm double unloading from a chest like this, I will set these to 8. That way both of them have full functionality. If I leave one at 12, then the other one sits there and does nothing for a long time. So that's an example of where I do that. When I'm filling chest to wagon or wagon to chest, it's full bore as much as it can handle. You think that's why I'm at less than 60 FPS? Dude, I get down to 40 FPS or lower. Where are my inserters? Oh, they're on a different one. My inserters right now are taking nothing, but they will jump to 7. And I haven't read anything that tells me that limiting stack size on inserters causes or helps with performance. Doing the timing thing might, but I'm not going there. Okay, so I've decided that I am going to, using the math of max rate calculator, I want to localize traffic so the trains that are in this area, serving this area, if they don't have to, they don't leave this area. Even if it's a less efficient usage of a resource. So I looked at the copper, and I can dedicate all of this copper to these two. And it still needs more, so I'm going to leave these two unloaders to be generic. And they're going to pull copper from somewhere else. I don't know where exactly, but it'll happen. So I'll have some traffic of copper coming in and out. This iron, unfortunately, is going to go through that intersection. I've had massive traffic jams on this intersection, so I'm trying to avoid that by not letting trains come in and out. Like, I've had plastic trains just go way across over there for no reason. So this plastic train is now sequestered. It can only go to this red circuit build by naming instead of by rail control or by belt. But the iron, when I look at the iron requirements of this, it needs 30,000 iron per minute. These two are producing 43,000, so that would satisfy that. But I got this up here that wants iron as well. So if I add that in, I'm using 33 out of 43, so I'll have a little bit that's going to go, air quotes, wasted or not efficiently consumed. Okay, I'll deal with that because this traffic issue. I don't want iron trains coming, and I've had it, iron trains coming from literally up here all the way down here, and by the time they get here, shit's empty and it's causing a traffic jam. So I will rename these two, but I got to come up with a name that satisfies what I am comfortable with. Now, in the past, what I was doing was putting the fact that it's mostly for purple science, and because I'm going to be adding this sulfuric acid in here, I can't just simply use that. So I'm going to go this and this. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go and get rid of that and just say it's these two. That's generic enough for me and specific enough. And then this has to get changed. Now, I have two iron loaders here, or unloaders, and they're both going to get changed because I don't want anybody from outside of here coming to try and drop off iron. But that means that these trains have to be changed to no longer go there, but pick up and drop off at these. And you're going to wait until you're full, and then you're going to wait until you're empty, and time has passed of 60 seconds. I've timed it with a 4. Why not use LTN? Well, LTN isn't going to solve this problem. It's going to make it worse. As for when am I going to finish this base, This base was supposed to be finished New Year's Day of 2024. LTN centralizes train traffic. It makes it easier to manage trains. Not late, extended. I think LTN and the other ones are great, but they don't satisfy the needs of a MegaBase. No, I'm not $1 short either, bro. You're quite feisty today, aren't you? So let me double check my math here. Dragon Tour, I'm sure having depots everywhere would be a mitigation for LTN trains. Yeah, it might. It might. That's a good point. So then you would be totally satisfied with iron, and there's nobody else here using iron along here. I do need to get a second train in here, though. So I need another volunteer. You are hereby volunteered. All right, so now you have 2 trains. 2 trains. Chrysmopampas. Evening. Welcome. So the factory's mostly shut down right now. Is it Chrysmo or Chrysmo? I'm pretty good with this. I don't think I need to... I don't think I need to qualify this because I don't think that there's going to be a need there. Nobody else is doing that. All right, so I'm okay with that. Now, same exercise over here so that I don't have the same problem.